Plastics are useful materials, but the way we are using them is not sustainable. From about 380 million tons of plastics produced every year, more than half are lost after a single use. That is, without recycling or reusing. Because plastics do not biodegrade, they remain in the environment for hundreds of years. The lakes and ocean have already been polluted by plastic waste. Because a huge amount of plastic is produced every year and a huge percentage of it is wasted after a single use, much of it ends up in a landfill, which eventually ends up in the lake or ocean. If not solved on time, at some point, this crisis will cause enormous destruction to human health and there will be more plastics in the ocean than fish. Welcome to the channel of the Green Economy, where we talk about different practices that lead to a green, eco-friendly and sustainable future. In this video, we will be looking into the circular economy of plastics so that it never becomes waste and pollution. Before we talk about introducing the principles of the circular economy to sort out the plastic crisis, we have to understand the meaning of the circular economy. It is the economic system where the waste is eliminated completely and the materials are designed to be kept in the system for a long period. The plastic waste we consume in any part of the life cycle results in millions of tons of plastic that end up in the environment. If it continues, the volume of plastic in the market will be doubled and the flow of plastic in the ocean would almost triple, reaching up to 600 million tons by 2040. Compared to 2015. This means we urgently have to bring our attention to innovative business models by applying 3 principles of the circular economy. First, design out waste and pollution. This first principle teaches us to stop producing waste in the first place. If we don't produce waste first, we don't have to deal with them later. Second, keep materials and resources in the value chain. This teaches us to design for durability, reuse, remanufacturing, and recycling so that the products and the materials keep circulating within the value chain. From the last principle, regenerating natural system, we have learned to use renewable energies and design the system in a way that the system can go back to the soil to support regeneration. Considering these 3 principles of the circular economy, our plastics crisis can be handled through 5 main key points. Eliminate unnecessary plastics packaging. If the plastic packaging increases the way it is projected, it would be impossible to make the system circular. Rethink and refuse models are very crucial at this point. Especially plastics packaging are considered waste as many businesses use unnecessary extra packaging that does not put extra value on the product. As a consumer, we have the power to tell the companies we do not want unnecessary packaging. Increasing the supply of plastics in the value chain means we need efficient machines for recycling them and a better system for reuse model, both of which are very limited. We have to understand that the way the plastics are produced, even speedy infrastructure development cannot meet the demand of its sorting out. Also, recycling plastics is a complicated process, which still requires intensive work and huge cost to make it up to the acceptable level. So instead of thinking about reusing and recycling the plastics once they are produced, it's better not to produce them at all. Instead, innovative solutions are needed to deliver high-quality products to customers without a packaging system. Design for circularity. In the circular economy, all plastics should stay in the value chain inside the economy and out of the environment. To do this, design is the most important stage, as we have learned in our previous video. At this stage, we design the system to skip using plastics as much as possible. Although it is understandable that eliminating the use of plastics completely can be difficult. Our current linear economy system includes landfill, incineration, and waste-to-energy system as end-of-life scenarios. To solve our plastic crisis, we have to close the loop by eliminating these end-of-life scenarios. By designing for circularity, the companies can eliminate the use of unnecessary single-use plastics and hence can reduce their production and logistic cost, and this cost can be redistributed and invested into enhancing the quality of products. 100% reusable, recyclable, biodegradable, and compostable plastics. The needed plastic packaging that cannot be avoided at any cost should be reusable, recyclable, biodegradable, and compostable, not only on a lab scale, but also on a bigger scale. Keeping the goal of not letting plastics end up in the environment, businesses can take the initiative of collecting used plastics and reusing, recycling, and composting where appropriate. On the other hand, customers should reuse plastics multiple times until they are acceptable. Reusing is a better option than recycling because recycling involves cascading plastics into other products that may consume extra energy while not giving the quality of plastics we need. So, using the reuse model, we can save the value of materials, reduce the use of extra plastics, which eventually reduces the greenhouse gas emission. Use of bio-based plastics and renewable energies. To produce plastics, we use fossil fuels. As the use of fossil fuels has an enormous negative impact on the environment and eventually on human health, bio-based plastics that have a lower impact and are less energy intensive are a better replacement. The plastics should not be produced from finite resources but renewable energies so that they can be environmentally acceptable. This includes other categories such as transport, cleaning, and recycling should also be powered by renewable energy. Do not use hazardous chemicals. It is clear that plastics contain many chemicals, which are mainly added to functionalize the properties, mainly to make them more flexible, different color, or durable. The problem is, some chemicals may be of concern due to their negative effect on human health and the environment. The solution is, of course, to avoid using hazardous chemicals in the first place, and if not, we need greater transparency on the use of chemicals and their effects so that people can have an option not to use them if they decide to. This, however, can be an ambitious proposal for a single company. So, companies can think about a collaborative approach to redesign the system that helps eliminating hazardous chemicals completely. Now, the summary. We learned that plastic is an integral part of our life, and we may never be able to eliminate the use of plastics completely. But what we can do is to replace it with better, sustainable, and environmentally friendly bio-based, compostable, and biodegradable plastics. We can also say no to unnecessary packaging plastics because if we don't produce plastic waste in the first place, we don't have to think about reusing and recycling them later. Following the 3 principles of the circular economy, we have to redesign our system so that we can design out the plastic waste and pollution. The first thing we have to do is to reduce and refuse the use of plastics as much as possible. Then the needed plastics after we use them can follow reuse and recycle models. By doing so, we can stop plastics from going to a landfill, incineration, and waste-to-energy system that requires intensive energy and is not environmentally friendly. With optimal recycling, the raw materials can be extracted out of the old products as pure, clean, and in high quality, but that would require energy-intensive and expensive machines. Customers can help the companies rethink their design so that their focus should be on delivering high-quality products without unnecessary packaging. On the other hand, the companies can help the customers sort out the plastic waste so that they can be properly recycled. That's all in today's video. See you in the next one.